Well, social media and social networking have changed the business landscape, both for companies that have adopted them and for those who have not, unfortunately. In the fourth part of our series, we are calling Tech Trends. We will hear more about how small and medium-sized home business owners and workers can grow their business with the right communications solutions. We're joined once again this morning by Stephen Beamish from Mitel. Hey, Stephen, always good to see you.
You as well.
I've learned so much over the last few weeks, and I know we've talked about all of the different communications solutions, ranging from collaborating on the same document in real time, which I have to tell you I thought was fascinating, to adjusting to a changing workforce. But one of the topics that I think that we really have to address this morning is social media in the business world.
Well, you know, again, we talked earlier about reverse waterfall. Well, here's another example, right? So social media comes into the consumer world. People are on Facebook and others and have connections. So these people and these organizations are realizing, this is something, again, it's going to come into the business.
Absolutely.
So how do I take advantage of that? And really, we're starting to see a prevalence of that taking place now.
I think that's such an interesting point because almost everybody uses social media. So talk a little bit about the different social media platforms and some of the ways that they're used in business today. Sure.
Well, you know, most businesses, large and small, have a social media hub, let's call it, and they use these mediums in a way to communicate with their customers, with their partners, as well as people within the organization. So what you're starting to see now, or they're using that as a medium for communication, and they're making, really sending documents back and forth as well. And we're starting to see a need now for telecommunications or your telephone calls coming through those mediums as well.
Really? So give me an example using two of the more popular ones, Facebook, right, and then Twitter.
Okay, well, Facebook. Facebook, what you've got there is, and again, we talked earlier about a flat world, right? So it's not just people within your cubicle area or your floor, it's people everywhere. So now you've got a Facebook platform where you can have access to all these people. So what you're going to start to see is people being able to make phone calls directly from their Facebook accounts. Wow. All right, what about Twitter? Well, Twitter, you know, it's interesting. We were talking about customers and we said, you know, if a customer wants to get a hold of you and if they call you and get voicemail, well, they'll get frustrated, right? So what do? They get on Twitter. And they may not be talking to you, but they're talking to everybody else about you. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So again, organizations, if they're really wanting to get close to customers and take advantage of this, they're going to get involved in Twitter and these types of accounts and communicate through that way. And with every time I say communicate, you can bet that voice is going to become a part of it, because voice is it's just an application, but it's a mission critical application. Everybody needs to make sure they can make phone calls.
And I know another popular professional website is LinkedIn. Almost everybody I know is on it. I'm on it as well. Tell us how technology works for this site.
Well, again, it's going to be voice enabled, so you'll be able to make phone calls. But you know what we're using it for, our business, is we can actually, when we're looking to hire people, you will go into a LinkedIn network and you will get all these connections and that capability. So really the key element is businesses large and even the small ones are really going to have a huge advantage here, because it's less expensive than all the advertising that you used to. But now, you know, if a small business puts out a press release, what they're really going to get their dollars worth is by tweeting it and by getting it all through the social media everywhere. And that's how your name is going to get out there. And so now you start thinking about, if I use that as part of my business, my go-to-market model, it is massive. And then suddenly you can contact with customers and do all that sort of capability integrated into your business. You will have a huge advantage.
Now, you know I can't let you go without a demo. You know,
of course, yeah.
You are the demo king. I love seeing what you bring. Give me a demonstration of how this would work.
Well, I want to tell you about another element, you know, tablets. It could be any tablet.
Any tablet.
Any tablet. And the thing is, you see people with tablets everywhere, and you're going to see more and more of them. In fact, I spend probably 60% of my time on the road. And I used to carry along my laptop and my everything and my telephones. I carry my mobile device and this.
And that's it?
This is my office.
Wow.
There's nothing I can't do here.
Yeah.
And you know, someone's going to say, well, what about, you know, you showed earlier your contacts and your ability to collaborate. Well, guess what? They're all right here. So these are all the people from Mitel that I can collaborate with. And if I just put my finger on here, I can see that this gentleman here, Robert, he's available. he's present because it shows it's green. So I
green.
can actually call him from here. But what's more is I can actually go to call history, and I can be sitting in the airport and see all the people that have tried to reach me. You can see I haven't taken a lot of these
1,
phone
2,
calls.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Quite a few have been trying to get you, Stephen.
Well, and then if I want, I can go to the messages, and I can actually have them ranked in what I consider order of importance.
Sure.
And I can actually play back the message. So I can actually right here, and I can listen to the message right on my iPad or whatever device you want to use, whatever tablet it is. And so there's so many different things you can do here. And you know, if I go back to my good friend Brooks, who we met a few episodes ago, and with Brooks, I can make a phone call right from this tablet by just pushing it. And what happens is the call will be enabled through my mobile. I just pick up my mobile then, and I can talk to him. And
Isn't it something?
it really is an advantage that really, if you look at all this new technology, it's going to enable businesses, and for smaller businesses, what they're always looking for is a competitive advantage.
A competitive advantage, really, that also saves not just time, but saves money as well. And I think when you have a small business, that's such an important part of it, isn't it?
Absolutely, because you know the most common question when you show up and you say, look at this, they go, well, what's my return on investment?
Got it. You got it. You got it. You know, one of the things I really love when you come by is that I learn a lot. And so you certainly have helped me, and I'm sure that you helped everybody in our audience as well. So I'm sorry, this is it. Aren't you going to come back again at some point and bring some other toys for us to take a look at?
I'd love to. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, this has been a great series.
Yeah,
What a
thank
pleasure
you.
meeting you. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thank you.
And if you want to learn more about some of the communications solutions mentioned today, simply go to the website. It's mytel.com.